Yo, what is up, your boy Jay Johnny here in the Param Underworld. How are you doing today? So, I want to kind of look a little bit back at the matches that I did over the last week in the randomized creatures tournament, and I kind of want to look at what I did wrong. So, I could obviously edit in everything right here where I show you everything, but I'm also trying to pump out a video every day this week, and I would like to get as many recordings knocked out today as possible. So, today we're just going to have a little discussion about the things that I did wrong, and quite a bit of them went wrong. So, start off with the big play. The big, massive play that I did wrong was I activated Strain of Ash targeting my own battle gear. So, as I'm learning more about Chaotic, and especially Recode, because Recode is a lot different than like how paper matches go. Like, we follow like the burst chains and everything like that, priority, etc. But in paper you can obviously go like, I'm going to cast Strain of Ash targeting battle gear, sacrificing this battle gear, right? Which you don't technically sacrifice the battle gear until the chain resolves, but that's besides the point. So in paper, you know, it's a lot harder to make a misplay so drastic, especially, you know, and yeah. So that's honestly where step one, where I went wrong, was destroying my own battle gear with Strain of Ash. I also probably should have targeted down the battle gear that was equipped to Ixix, if it had resolved, instead of the battle gear that was equipped to the creature I was engaged with. I wanted to kill the creature I was engaged with, but I feel like getting rid of Ixix's battle gear was probably the bigger play in that circumstance. It did costing the game, the misclick did, but if I hadn't misclicked, I can't necessarily guarantee I would have been able to beat the Ixix if I had destroyed the battle gear. So I think, honestly, looking at it now, I probably should have gone for the X6 Battle Gear, just because of the fact that I eventually was able to deal with the creature that was attacking at the given time. So I think, honestly, I should have targeted down the X6 Battle Gear Strain of Ash as intended, which obviously can't go back and undo, you know, that. And by the time I realized it was too late to hit cancel. So yeah, so that's step one where I misplayed. Another step is there was a match there was a battle in one of the matches where I didn't realize that Slow Sand had reduced my speed down to where I couldn't use one of my attacks. And I think like paying attention more to my stats is probably like something I'm going to need a lot of improvement with. I think whenever it came to like music and stuff like that, I had a valid like expectation of where music counters were, which music to be expecting. I don't think I was really taken off guard by most things. Later in the tournament, you guys saw me like I was able to identify when I wanted to point out that Donmar was there by like activating Donmar's ability. So I think I honestly believe that, like, for the most part, whenever it came to like music awareness and stuff like that, I was pretty spot on, so I didn't have to worry as much about that. Not knowing a lot of battle gears also hurt a lot, because I was using Scopelon, because I was like, you know, I'm going to be able to see what the battle gears, you know, they have access to. The only downside is Scopelon didn't actually show me the battle gears they had access to. So despite being able to know the battle gears, I didn't actually know the battle gears. So I think, honestly, I need to learn a lot more about battle gears that are, like, you know, commonplace or that I can encounter at any given point in time, because I only really know about the iconic ones: Vile Driver, Torwegs, Web Crack, Dread Tread. Like, only like the iconic ones are really known by me. So whenever I see like Bodil's Dagger, for example, I'm kind of just like, I don't know. I don't know what this does. I can tell you what a Phoenix Belt is, but I can't tell you what a Bodil's Dagger is. So situations like that where it's like, you know, I definitely need to work on the awareness of cards that are in the metagame or see a lot of play. And honestly, there's no new Chaotic cards coming out, so I should be able to memorize them by the time new Chaotic cards start hitting the shelves, like, what, next year? So really excited about that. Next up is probably locations. I wasn't really paying much attention to initiative whenever it came down to it. A lot of it was mostly just because, you know, like, my creatures, some of them had surprise, so I didn't really need to pay attention to locations. But there was a point in time where it was where locations were revealed, and, you know, some of them would reveal another location before the battle. I can't remember which one it was. It wasn't Rapasaki. It was Mepedian Lounge. No, I don't think that's the right one. But there was a Mepedian location that gave all Mepedians surprise, and then also revealed a new location. So I was kind of like taken aback by like suddenly like the location effect was suddenly different than what I had planned for. So not having that like factored in automatically or keeping track of that definitely hurt a lot. And I think like that's something I'm gonna definitely have to work on. I've been working on it a little bit more because my brother does play Mepedians, so I do have to deal with that location very specifically as of right now. But he also doesn't play Headmaster Arkshaw, so thank God, right? Thank God the Underworld player doesn't have to deal with a Headmaster, right? But yeah, no, I think overall, there's not much in the match. There wasn't much in the tournament where I could look back at it and be like, this is like, where I screwed up drastically. I think a lot of the plays that I made were like very minor. Missing out on 5 damage here, missing out on 10 damage here. There was one point where I said I'm going to do the 10 damage attack just in case I draw another 10 damage attack. I should have done the 15 damage attack just in case I drew a 5 damage attack, because otherwise, I'm looking at using a 10 damage attack and a 15 damage attack one way or the other. And if I draw a 5 damage attack, then I'm having to use, and then I'm stuck with the 5 damage attack. I definitely should have gone with the 15 damage attack and instead of the 10 damage attack. But those are things that you learn by playing more. And it's honestly a mistake that, I haven't found myself making lately, which I'm very proud of. I know it's a very small thing to be proud of, but, I started playing Chaotic, like actually playing Chaotic about a month ago, and I've improved to the point where, I'm paying attention to these small details, and I think I'm doing great, even if my, in-person deck is trash. So, trash. But... that being said, I think I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm hoping to continue my Chaotic journey. I'm currently in Bulbasaur's Chaotic tournament for webcam, and I am hoping that I can record those and put those up on here. They're going to take a while to edit because of the fact that, I have to remove codes, I have to make sure there's no codes visible, I have to edit in any stat changes that are made via card effects, and I would like to throw the cards up on the image, an image of the cards up on the screen where you guys can see all the different cards that are being played without having anything kick in. So that being said, I don't really have much else to add to this. The games are all super straightforward, especially games 2, 3, 4. Like, there was hardly mistakes made in games 3 and 4. And the ones that were, I hit cancel because I realized that I clicked the wrong button. And so I'm actually really, really proud of myself for how all that went past game 1. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing against people in the Bulbasaur tournament, and I'm very excited that I get to, start practicing this game. I'm falling in love with it again, because I used to play when I was a kid, but I didn't play when I was a kid. I played when I was a kid, you know what I mean? Like, where you're like, okay, well, my Maxor uses, no, I didn't play. I was like, I had Azadab, and I was so excited to have Azadab and Bile. I was like, yeah, I got the best cards in the block. And my friend had an Elixia, and I wish I'd traded for that Elixia because those things are expensive right now. Big sad. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, that's my tournament review. There's not many points where I can look at it and go I regret doing this or I regret doing that. And I'm very excited and I'm pumped up to start playing some more Chaotic and especially dabbling a little bit with the Underworld, because I've dabbled a little bit with Mepedians on this channel, but I'm a little excited to do some Underworld stuff, you know what I'm talking about? So, that being said, I hope you guys subscribe to the channel, stick around for a bit. It's going to be fun, and like I said, I'm recording a bunch of Chaotic stuff today so that I can have those all pumped out this week, and then I can have the Bulbasaur stuff pumped out next week, and then we're going to be super excited that this is all going to keep going, and we're just keep going. And that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. Appreciate the viewership. I don't know. This is the first time I'm actually doing an outro on this channel, so I don't know how to outro this, so let's get chaotic.